Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about the best used sports car for under 50K. Now there are many different used sports cars that you can buy for under $50,000, and there are many good options within that selection. However, I'm making this video to talk to you about one specific model. And that model is the Porsche 911 Turbo. And I'm going to be telling you the reasoning behind my opinion in this video. All right, let's get right to the reasoning. It's a Porsche, okay? Let's start off with that. It's a Porsche. Now, I could end the video just at that, simply because I value Porsche so highly. And I would be convinced enough just knowing that it's a Porsche for under 50K. However, I am pretty sure that you are not convinced and that you want some better, more detailed reasoning. So let's get right to it. Porsche is an absolutely amazing brand. They produce very classy cars. And within their selection of cars, a lot of their cars look very similar in the sense that they are designed with similar features and similar shapes in mind. So you have many different models from within the Porsche lineup. However, they look very similar. Now, if you decide on a Porsche 911 Turbo, or if you look at the Porsche 911 Turbo compared to the other Porsches that it looks very similar to, it is on the top end of the spectrum. So that means that you're gonna get a car for under 50K that looks like all of the other cars with regards to looks. It looks like many of the other Porsches. It looks very similar to the other Porsches in the lineup. However, when you put that pedal to the floor, it is going to show its differences because it will be extremely, extremely powerful. That is where the differences are going to come into play. The moment that you put your foot down to the ground, the moment that you take that turn at the high speed, that's when that Porsche 911 is going to say, listen, I'm a 911 Turbo. I'm not part of the other Porsches that look similar to me, but I'm a 911 Turbo. So basically, you're getting a high performance car that can also be known as a sleeper somewhat, because only car enthusiasts are going to catch on to the fact that that's a Porsche 911 Turbo. A regular person is just going to see it as, oh, that's a Porsche, it looks great. But an enthusiast is going to know, oh my God, that's a 911 Turbo. So looks great. It can be quote unquote a sleeper, okay? Porsches sound great in general, and the 911 Turbo sounds incredible. It's no exception. Now with the 911 Turbo, it's a car that when you put your foot down just a bit, it's going to sound raspy, it's going to sound a little bit loud, but it's not going to be rumbling the neighborhood. But the moment that you push that gas pedal down to the floor, everybody's going to know that you are driving a Porsche and that you are driving a sports car and that you are driving a 911 Turbo. Now, with all of that being said, you're probably thinking, well, there are many 911 Turbos. Which one are you talking about? Here's the awesome thing. You can find a ton of 911 Turbos for under 50K. You can find over 3 decades worth of 911 Turbos for under 50K. So if you want to go old, you want to go back into the 70s or the 80s, and you want to get a 911 Turbo from the 70s or the 80s, okay? You can find one for under 50K if you want to go classy and old. If you want to go newer, if you want to go towards the newer areas, towards the 2000s, you can also find one for under 50K. So whether you want to get a classy sports car to drive, you know, one weekend a month, an older one that you just want to take out and just, you know, take out around the neighborhood and show off and drive nice and slow, or whether you want to get an absolute beast, a newer Porsche that is full of ridiculous power and ridiculous sound. okay? No matter which 911 Turbo you want, the older one or the newer one, you can find them for under 50K. So your selection is huge. When it comes to the other used sports cars that you can find for under 50K, you have a very limited selection. You have a very limited run. You might have a 5-year run or even a 10-year run. But with the Porsche 911 Turbo, there is a massive lineup. There are over 3 decades worth of Porsche 911 Turbos that you can find for under 50K. It's a Porsche. It has a ton of power. It sounds great. It is extremely comfortable. It handles unbelievably well, and you have a huge selection. And that is my reasoning for my choice. That is why I have chosen the Porsche 911 Turbo as the best used sports car for under 50K. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.